Well, 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 sometimes it's nice to have a plate of humble pie. And it's nice to say I tried Snake Eye Yummy whenever the ban list updated or whatever. And I thought, oh man, I don't seem to really be a fan of this. It really seems to me that I'm either making Snake Eye plays or Yummy plays. It's never like both. And I just wasn't seeing it. And since then, people who are smarter than me, they've devised plans to make it work. And I've seen bridges into plays that I never once thought possible before because I'm just not that intelligent. But since then, I have turned around, changed the error of my ways, and I have come to find out that Snake Eye Yummy is pretty neat. And now you might notice I've kind of built this absolutely like a madman, and it's relatively unforgiving in some instances. But I digress. Let's go take a look at a couple of replays first. So right off the bat, I'll just let you know it's an AI, but it's an Orcus deck, and I thought, well, that's pretty popular still, I feel. I've seen it being played in recent times. So they play the field spell and then drop Candida, so I ash that. Shotgun Ash almost. Maybe Shotgun Ash would have been the field spell. And they go into Hulk, and this would have been this would have been the time to do that. That would have been smart anyways. Jet Synchron to Phonix into Mermaid. Discard in Nightmare. Oh gosh, so many things are happening. Galatea, Jet Synchron back to the board. I got the Harp Horror for the Symbol Skeleton, and they go away for the Rusty Bardiche. And then back into the Galatea. They put that back, and then there's some Babel. And then Orcus, then Dingirsu. And now he has one material. He had two for a second there. And right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and just super poly them off the board for a Mud Dragon of the Swamp. And then Orcus Harp Horror happens, bringing also Symbol Skeleton's effect. Bringing back Dingirsu and also Orcus Nightmare in defense position. And he gets a material. So I thrust, it gets ashed. And I go ash. And they can't because they don't have any more. I get Poplar. Poplar's effect is summon itself. Then it activates its effect to get the field spell. Snake Eye field spell for Birch. Oak. And then Link Karibo off of Poplar. And then Poplar's of... Oh gosh. Pause. Oh my god. Poplar's effect brought it, I guess, Ash back, whatever I picked. But then they get sent away for Snake Eye's Doomed Dragon, so I can send this guy to the back row. And then I guess some things have happened here, because now I have Cupsy Yummy Way, and it's great because I can genuinely just use Link Karibo as a bridge in a Yummy plays now. Cupsy Yummy for the special summon search. Get Cookie, make Snatchy, throw down the field spell, summon Cookie. And then just attack over this thing and doing damage. It's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. All the things you can do with it. Let's go to game 2. Because this was a best 2 out of 3, and spoiler alert, this is it. Crowbane, what is this called? Hang on, stop, Jesus Christ. This is going like way too fast. Destrudo, it's gone now, I guess. It says 2, and there's no Destrudo. But anyways, yeah, I hate this. I'm starting over. I don't know what happened. All right, hang on. Here we go. So here it goes. Foolish Burial, dropping Destrudo, Corobane. Destrudo's effect to pay 4,000, and it comes back out. They send that away for Halka Fibrax. Summons out Jet Synchron. Candida gets the field spell. Then they, of course, throw that down. Go into Phonix and then into Mermaid. Dropping Symbol Skeleton to summon Nightmare. Oh, it's gone for Jet Synchron. Nightmare targeting Galatea. And then Symbol Skeleton comes out. Harp Horror comes out for Rusty Bardiche. They send that away for that. Galatea comes back. I'm just waiting for bam, there it is. Dingirsu, good old Dingirsu. Now he's got two material. He sends it straight up, sends it away, perfectly fine. Anyways, Babel, there it is, great. Right off the bat, Symbol Harp Horror, doing some Orcus plays on my turn, which is fine. So I'm just gonna super poly them off the board. It's a very popular play right now for me. They get mud dragoned, and then I bought. I get rid of Dingirsu so that it can't just come back with called by. Poplar's effect to come back onto the board. It's Cupsy Yummy. And then also declare light so that they can't be targeted or whatever. What is this? This card becomes the attribute, so it's light. So it says your opponent cannot target this card or monsters on the field with this. Yeah. So he's being treated as light, so they can't be targeted. These guys, and Link Karibo. Go into Cupsy Yummy way. Just get the search out. Oh my god. I already forgot what I searched. It's gone. But Snatchy, this is the only field spell I run. I don't have the other one. I didn't want to bounce between the two of them. I figured that would just be too much of a pain in the ass. You just get the one out and then you get the use out of it. And plus it gives them an attack boost. Which, like, yeah, if that goes away, I mean, it's everything's bad. Okay. But anyways, Snatchy and Marshmallow over here. Marshmallow's effect is basically just gonna keep recycling Yummy Surprise, and then this brings those guys back, which, I mean, their effects are negated, but they add to the attack power here, so. You know, and this thing I screwed up. I should have just attacked differently on that, and then I could have actually got it off the board. But that's not the reality we live in. Anyways, going to Masquerena so I can get this thing off the field. And tagging out these guys for a quick search and a destruction. So this is going to get climaxed and shut down or crescendoed or whatever, but the Galatea is going to get destroyed by Cookie. And then going to Masquerena into Splittle Knight, I can get the Babel field spell off the field. Bring you back a Yummy Synchro Monster. A Synchro Monster. Linkro. So, Yummy Surprise. It's special summon any one Yummy monster from your hand or graveyard. So you can just get back Snatchy, and then because he's on board, special summon something else for the attack boost. And in this case, it's Marshmallow to recycle Surprise. I probably don't even need the second copy. I don't know, but I don't know. Anyways, let's go look at the deck, because that's what I guess this was all about this whole time. And again, it's pretty unforgiving. Like, there's only really 3 copies of Cupsy. Everything else is at 1. Because they're going to be searched out one way or another through, like, you can search them off Cupsy, or you can search them off Cupsy Yummy way. Either which way you want to go. And then you can, of course, bring them back with Lollipo, and then you either do this one first if you really need a search, or just do this one first. And then there is actually, because I play the Sky Striker package, so you can actually go Sky Striker into Hornet Drones for the token, use the token to make Kagari, and then Kagari gets you into your Cupsy, your Yummy plays, because they can just summon themselves now, most of these. And then alternatively, also additionally, whatever, not alternatively, because additionally, you still have a normal summon. So then you can just normal summon Snake Eye Ash. And you can basically get all of your combos, and you get everything going. It's great. It's fantastic. Super Poly is pretty much the only answer for Nib. You're just going to have to play into Nib and then turn it into a Garura. That's a fun trick I learned from a memento deck. And you know, there's like crazy one-ofs like Obedient School. Let's turn this on TCG. I've been playing Genesis, but here's you know, your one-of Obedient School, Bonfire, talents, and also 2 thrust with a 3rd thrust down here to optionally think, oh, maybe I should be playing 3 thrust. Because you can search out 1 for 1 and talents and Obedience Gold and Bonfire. And then also when I was playing it, Infinite Impermanence, you can set it up preemptively. But you know, turning Garura, turning the Nib into Garura is pretty nifty trick. And then you can basically just attack for 3k at the very least if you don't have other ways to get you know, stuff back on board, especially considering if you can manage to get this guy in the graveyard and they get just 3 bodies back on board like it's nothing. It's fantastic. Definitely playing the temple spell, basically like whichever one happens, like even if you go into this first and you make yummy plays and then you go into snake eye plays and this gets deleted or destroyed or whatever into the graveyard, easy, no problem. You can just recycle it back in and then summon it back out with like a yummy or even a normal snatchy, not normal summoning, but you know, just like him hitting the field. It's pretty great. Either one will get it out on back onto the field, and you're pretty much banking on getting these guys as attack boost off, and not so much these guys. It's like you're generally not looking to leave this one out on the field, but it happens sometimes, you know. And then you know, there's like you can take, if you decide to take the polys out in between rounds or whatever, go 3 copies or whatever, switch out something like Infinite Impermanence, then you can also get your extra deck space back and have you know, some extra plays you can make. And otherwise, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, I was so happy to be wrong that this could actually be a fun and competent deck. You just gotta have a better idea of what you're doing, and you know, some different combo lines, especially if you gotta improvise on the fly and make do with what you can pull off. Still running 3 Ash and 3 Ghost Spell, but only like 1 of these other ones and stuff, 2 Super Poly, even though it's technically at 3. And also I've still got the copies of Dimensional Barrier, because it's like I'm still holding on to the idea that I am being forced to go first, and I just gotta hit some really problematic things. Although now, if it's something like Lunalights, as long as I can at least just get all the bodies on board, I can at least just suck it off the board for the, what do they call it, the white woman jump scare. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. It's just basically an extra deck kaiju, basically. You know, it's nice to have at least one of these, considering you kind of need them to play the yummy strategy. You know, get a draw, get a destruction during opponent's turn. Maybe a niche need the field spell back or whatever. You know, like there's plays, there's utilities, there's stuff like that and whatever. And you know, for that they're kind of necessary, but like, you know, they're searchable and they're searchable. So it's like, oh, you know, you're gonna be for sure get them in your hand one way or another. If you don't just draw into them by all the amounts of other crap and engine that there is in here. Like, my god, this is almost like the K9. It is just like basically doesn't end, which the idea with that was, obviously K9's a powerful strategy, lets you do stuff during your opponent's turn, and then so you would just happen to hope to hard draw into K9 and Snake Eye stuff, so that you can do like shut down stuff on your opponent's turn, let them go first, whatever, play K9s to interrupt plays, etc. And then on your turn, on turn 2, use the Snake Eye stuff to break the board. the stuff that got through, that etc. You know. And so I guess this might be a carryover, but either way, I'm having a blast with this so far. Maybe as I play on with it, I'll realize some of it's not as strong or as great as I would have hoped. Only time will tell, but as of right now, I can still safely say I'm glad I was wrong about Snake Eye Yummy, because it is, again, just an absolute blast to play. Thank you for watching. Oh my god, what's that over there?